Has anything changed from that experience? Because I think a lot of people are family oriented, have families, and or looking at families. What has the deal risk change? Has I need to hit a certain cash flow. Is there anything? Because that's something that I think a lot of people look at, and husband and wife teams go to all these real estate events, and then they look at it from a standpoint of your flipping background, right? Your mom, your cousin, and you guys wanted to do a kid. So I think there's a lot of family component that goes into it. So I think one question is, if your wife is interested, how does that dynamic play out? Having a new kid and still maintaining your job while you're doing real estate, but speak to any and all of it, because I think that's something that we don't talk about here at all, and you're the perfect person to bring in and talk about that.
Great topic. So I'll just say, number one, I bought my first 3 deals while my wife was pregnant with our child. I bought a 2-unit, a 4-unit, and a 5-unit. And has anything changed since then? Yeah, for sure. I look at deals a little bit differently now. I have less time to commit to real estate. So this deal I just closed on Friday, it was hovering around 30% returns after we get it stabilized in about 12 to 18 months. And I was hesitant on it because I knew I had to have more capital left in that at refi at 2 years versus the other deals where some of them we don't have $1 or own money left in the deal and it's cash flow every single month. So yeah, it has changed in a big way. The deals have to make sense. I can't just do deals to do deals. I can invest in deals that you guys do that's going to give IRRs of, I don't want to throw out numbers, but 15, 20, for the stretch of the deal. You know what I mean? If I'm going to put money in the deal, that's only going to make me that in 2 or 3 years. It's smarter to put potentially money in one of your guys' deals where it is non-recourse versus what I'm doing that has a recourse aspect and time aspect, and I'm in charge of it. And, accounting records at the end of the year, tax returns, bank accounts, taxes get paid, credit card gets paid, issues with the tenants, we got to resolve them. So there's more of a time commitment with the deals that we do, but at the same time, still want to put my money to work. And if it's a good deal and we believe in the deal we bought last week, was 1991 build, beautiful condos, 7 of them from a older owner, 85 years old. And, it was a sweetheart deal we felt like, and I went for it. But back to what you were saying, things definitely change when you have a child in a family and you just want to be more efficient with your time and you kind of have a different purpose. I look at things a little bit differently. It kind of pushes you to hustle a little bit more. But, having a kid is great. Having a family is great. We're going to expand our family and, soon, eventually. And, I'm sure the next one, God willing, will push me even more. And I'm sure it'll do the same thing for you. And eventually when you get there, Chris, it's great.
So let me ask you a question. So when you're looking at deals now, do you have any goal or, when does Lance want to stop his full-time job?
Yeah.
Because your income at your full-time job is X, right?
Yeah.
And your income from your cash flow is Y.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you have some number where it's like, I can make a little less to spend a little bit more time as this grows larger. But is that on the card? Is that what we're working for when we're looking for deals? It's how can I buy a deal that will offset my income to a point where? Or is it, no, I love my job. I want my real estate to be less headache while I still do my job, and then it can slowly do what it's got to do. Is there anything does that come into play when you're looking at deals? Like, hey, yeah, this is a great deal, but not today. Or this is a great deal and it's going to chunk off, 20% of my income. When it gets there, we have to do it, or in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And I feel like that answer will change year after year. In the beginning, it was financial freedom. Let me replace my income. Now, I really value my job. I love my job. I've been there 8 years. It's an incredible position, and I'm fortunate to be able to do both. Use my time off to look at deals, close deals. A lot of it is done on the weekends, waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, going to look at deals. So, right now I'm more focused on kind of replacing my wife's income because she recently stopped working. She was a part of the Fox Disney transaction. So I'm more so trying to, supplement my wife's income as well as, paying for life expenses with a child. There's nanny, there's daycare expenses. So I'm just trying to, at this point, earn as much as I can. And I like juggling both. I like doing both, and I'm able to. So as long as I'm able to do that, I will. As far as, if I ever get to the point where I'm fortunate enough to do real estate full time, it would 100% be something I'm interested in. But right now, it's not something I put too much thought into. I'm more so focused on the current deals I have, my job, providing for my family, and making things work on a day-to-day basis. But, I do love real estate. It's definitely a passion of mine, and I'm just fortunate to be able to do both right now.